Good day to you beautiful people, and welcome back to Unfold and Heal. I'm Jordan. If you've been here before, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. This is a safe place. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do. It helps this channel grow and reach others it may benefit. Okay, let's get into today's message. Today we are going to get into a topic that isn't discussed enough. And it's the way parents can sometimes intentionally or unintentionally turn their children into rivals instead of allies. This dynamic can quietly shape a person's sense of worth and relationships for years to come. Today, we're going to unpack why this can happen, how it impacts us, and what it takes to stop it from continuing in future generations. Sometimes this begins with small differences in how children are treated. Different pressures, different labels. One child might be given more grace because they remind a parent of someone they love deeply. And another child might be shown less compassion because they remind that parent of someone who hurt them. And the children may never be told this directly, but they can feel it. They notice. And unfortunately, both children can carry silent wounds from this. The child that is shown less compassion often grows up believing love has to be earned, or that they are never quite enough. That can leave scars on their confidence and sense of worth. And the child that is shown more grace, or the child who felt chosen, isn't free either. They may grow up carrying the pressure to perform, to please, to be the reflection of a parent's pride. They often don't get to find out who they really are because they've been shaped into a role. Different scars, but both heavy to carry. And comparison can quietly orchestrate how children view themselves and each other, shaping disconnect instead of connection. Sometimes this happens knowingly, and other times it's born from unhealed wounds a parent may not even recognise. But the outcome is the same. Once labels are recognised, even subconsciously, the unity that once existed begins to develop into division. These fractures rarely stop with one generation. They ripple forward, shaping how those children see themselves, how they trust others, and how they build relationships in adulthood. What goes unhealed in one person often becomes the emotional burden of the next. These wounds can show up later in patterns like the way they overwork at jobs, always trying to prove their worth, in friendships where they can feel invisible, or in relationships where they accept being treated as less than. Even the child who felt chosen may struggle as an adult because they were valued for what they did, what they were able to produce, rather than who they were. And so they tend to keep performing, afraid of who they are beneath the surface of that role. Favouritism writes patterns that echo long after the childhood home is left behind. Breaking the cycle matters because even the most loving parent can fall into subtle favouritism without meaning to. Praising one child more for good test results, or being softer on another because they remind them of themselves. Awareness is the first step. Balancing love and attention is a daily practice. Giving each child equal space to shine, to struggle, and to simply be, without comparison. And that's how we can protect their bond with one another. For those of us who grew up in it, healing means going back to that inner child inside of us. For the ones who didn't feel chosen, it's learning that your worth was never measured by someone else's approval. And for the ones who did, it's learning you were more than your performance, that you don't have to keep carrying a role to be loved. Inner child work is about holding that child with compassion and reminding them that you are always enough. And if one day you have children of your own, you can give them the gift of unity. And if you've recognised that you may have unconsciously fallen into this kind of pattern with your children, show yourself grace. Awareness is the first step, and choosing differently now is still a gift you can give them, teaching them to value one another's differences. Because family should be the tribe that helps you flourish, not the tribe you have to grieve in order to flourish. And when we heal those wounds, we don't just change our own story, we rewrite and unburden the story of those who come after us. If we want healthier families, we have to break the patterns that divide us from within. Parents, guardians, Caregivers, our role is to protect our children's bond and to continue to nurture those bonds so they can become each other's greatest allies. Because once we are gone, our children will be the tribe that remains on this planet, and they have each other. So we must encourage unity, acceptance of each one's differences, and demonstrate pure unconditional love so they can continue to do the same. Change starts with awareness, and awareness starts with conversations like this one. Let's make sure the next generation grows up knowing their siblings are their allies. And whether you felt like the child that wasn't chosen or the one that was, your worth has never been up for debate. Healing isn't about rewriting the past, it's about reclaiming yourself in the present. Remember, you are enough. It's safe to just be you. I'm going to love you and leave you with this message, beautiful people. And just to remind you, the link to my emotional wellbeing book is in the description box below, including any other information that you need to know. So until next time, take care of yourselves. Peace and love.